Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing a tornado made of fire, or waking up to rain so toxic it burns your skin. What if I told you that there's a storm that can make the entire earth shake beneath your feet? These are not scenes from a sci-fi movie. These are real, terrifying weather events that most people have never even heard of. Some of them are rare, some are becoming more frequent, but all of them are absolutely horrifying. Now please subscribe. Your one subscribe can fuel my passion, keep my dream alive, and you can also receive a great reward for it. I'll put in my full effort to bring you the rarest and most valuable knowledge, things no one else is talking about. Let's start number 10. Fire whirls. When the wind becomes an inferno. You've heard of tornadoes, but have you ever seen one made entirely of fire? Fire whirls, also known as fire tornadoes, are spinning columns of flames that can turn entire forests into swirling infernos within minutes. These flaming vortexes form when intense heat and strong winds collide, creating a twisting tower of fire that moves unpredictably, devouring everything in its path. But here's the horrifying part. They can generate their own wind, growing larger and hotter the longer they exist. In 1923, during the Great Kanto earthquake in Japan, a massive fire whirl formed in Tokyo, killing over 38,000 people in just 15 minutes as it tore through the city. Even today, fire whirls are becoming more frequent due to rising global temperatures and extreme wildfires. In 2018, California firefighters encountered a fire whirl so powerful that it flipped over a fire truck weighing nearly 20 tons. Number 9. Volcanic lightning. When the sky attacks, picture this. A massive volcanic eruption sends a cloud of ash miles into the sky. And then, boom. Out of nowhere, blinding lightning bolts start crackling inside the ash cloud, turning the sky into a storm of electric fury. This terrifying phenomenon, known as volcanic lightning, happens when ash, dust, and ice particles collide in the atmosphere, creating an intense charge of static electricity. The result? Bolts of lightning so powerful they can be seen from space. One of the most shocking examples happened in Chile in 2015, when the Calbuco volcano erupted. The volcanic ash cloud glowed purple with lightning for hours, looking like something straight out of the apocalypse. And in 2020, Indonesia's Mount Sinabung eruption produced a lightning strike so strong that it split a mountain ridge in half. But the scariest part? Scientists still don't fully understand how volcanic lightning works. They know it happens, but they can't predict when or where the next one will strike. Number 8. Blood rain, the storm that looks like a horror movie. Imagine walking outside and seeing the rain falling in thick red droplets, like blood dripping from the sky. Sounds like something out of a nightmare, right? But this is a real weather event. Known as blood rain, this eerie phenomenon has been reported in India, Spain, Sri Lanka, and even parts of the US. It happens when rainwater mixes with red-colored dust, algae, or microscopic bacteria, turning the raindrops blood red. One of the most famous cases occurred in Kerala, India, in 2001, when blood-red rain poured for weeks. But here's where it gets creepy. Scientists analyzing the rain found strange, red-colored microscopic cells that didn't match any known life on Earth. Some even speculated that it might be evidence of extraterrestrial life. And in 2014, Spain was hit by a blood rainstorm so intense that it stained entire rivers red. Locals panicked, thinking it was a biblical sign of doom. But would you believe me if I told you there's an even scarier kind of rain? Because number 7 is way more dangerous. Number 7. Acid rain. The rain that burns. Most people think of rain as something refreshing and harmless. But what if I told you that in some places, rain can be deadly? That's exactly what happens with acid rain. Acid rain forms when pollution from factories, cars, and wildfires mixes with moisture in the air, creating highly acidic raindrops. The result? A toxic downpour strong enough to kill plants, poison rivers, and even dissolve buildings over time. One of the most extreme cases happened in China, where industrial pollution caused acid rain so severe it corroded metal bridges and melted statues within years. And in the 1980s, Germany, acid rain destroyed millions of acres of forest, leaving entire landscapes dead and lifeless. But the scariest part? It's not just affecting nature, it's affecting us too. Long-term exposure to acid rain has been linked to lung disease, skin burns, and even DNA damage. And as pollution continues to rise, so does the risk of deadly acid rainstorms hitting more parts of the world. Number 6. Earthquake storms. When the ground won't stop shaking. You've heard of thunderstorms. You've heard of earthquakes. But what if I told you there's something even worse? An earthquake storm. Unlike a single earthquake, earthquake storms are a series of massive quakes that hit one after another, like a domino effect across fault lines. This terrifying phenomenon happens when a major earthquake triggers another, then another, and then another, sometimes for months or even years. One of the worst earthquake storms in history hit Turkey in 115 AD, causing over 250,000 deaths as the quakes kept striking different cities one by one. And in China in 1556, an earthquake storm lasted for weeks, eventually becoming the deadliest seismic disaster ever recorded, with over 830,000 casualties. But here's the real nightmare. Scientists believe California's San Andreas Fault is overdue for an earthquake storm. If it happens, experts predict it could trigger a chain reaction of destruction stretching from Los Angeles to San Francisco, causing billions in damage and potentially changing the geography of the region forever. If you've learned something new while watching this video, please take a moment to subscribe. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Your one subscribe can fuel my passion and keep my dream alive. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It means a lot to me. And please watch the video till the end. It really matters to me. Number 5. Superbolts. Lightning that strikes with the power of a nuclear bomb. We've all seen lightning before, but what if I told you there's a type of lightning 1,000 times more powerful than normal? These are called superbolts, and they strike with an intensity so extreme that they can be seen from space. Unlike regular lightning, which usually lasts a fraction of a second, superbolts can linger in the sky for several seconds, illuminating entire cities. In fact, one superbolt recorded over the Atlantic Ocean was so bright that it was visible from over 600 miles, 1,000 kilometers away. But here's where it gets even crazier. Superbolts don't just strike randomly, they seem to prefer the ocean. Scientists still don't know why, but 90% of all superbolts occur over water, often hitting ships with terrifying force. In 1978, a superbolt struck an aircraft, instantly disabling its electrical systems. The pilot barely managed to land safely. If you ever see a lightning strike that glows brighter than the sun and lingers in the sky, run for cover, because you've just witnessed a superbolt. But even superbolts can't compare to the eerie, mind-bending phenomenon at number 4. Number 4. Skyquakes. When the air itself roars like thunder. Imagine standing outside on a clear, sunny day when suddenly, boom! A sound so loud it shakes windows, rattles doors, and even cracks the ground beneath your feet. But when you look up, there's no storm, no explosion, just an empty sky. This is a skyquake, a mysterious weather event where the atmosphere itself seems to produce a deafening, earthquake-like noise. These thunderous booms have been reported all over the world, from the coasts of India to the deserts of California. But here's the scariest part. Nobody knows exactly what causes them. Some scientists think they might be created by shifting air pressure in the upper atmosphere, while others believe they could be massive sonic booms from secret military aircraft. In 2017, a skyquake shook houses across Alabama, leaving thousands of people panicked. And in 2020, an unexplained explosion-like sound was heard across the entire east coast of the US, but no source was ever found. Are skyquakes natural? Or are they something even more mysterious? Whatever the answer, they remain one of the most chilling weather phenomena ever recorded. Number 3. Electric blue storms. The weather that could change reality. You've seen thunderstorms, but have you ever seen a storm that glows electric blue? This bizarre weather event has been spotted in different parts of the world, where the entire sky suddenly lights up with an unnatural neon blue glow. Scientists believe this might be caused by a strange reaction between lightning and ionized particles in the atmosphere, but nobody is sure why it happens in some places and not others. But here's where things get really creepy. Some historians believe that an electric blue storm might have been responsible for one of the most mysterious disasters in history, the Tunguska event. In 1908, a massive explosion in Siberia flattened 800 square miles of forest, releasing the energy of 1,000 atomic bombs. Eyewitnesses reported seeing an eerie blue glow in the sky just before the blast. Could these electric blue storms be some kind of natural superweapon? Or are they signs of an even deeper mystery hidden in Earth's atmosphere? If you think the sky turning electric blue is terrifying, just wait until you hear about number 2. It's a weather event so rare. Some people believe it's a message from another world. Number 2. St. Elmo's fire. The ghostly glow that follows. Ships and planes. Imagine you're flying in an airplane when suddenly the entire cockpit starts glowing bright blue. Or you're on a ship at sea, and a ghostly fire appears at the top of the mast. This isn't a hallucination. It's St. Elmo's fire, a bizarre electrical weather event that has terrified sailors and pilots for centuries. This eerie phenomenon happens when charged particles in the air create glowing, ghostly plasma that clings to metal objects. It usually appears as a flickering blue or purple flame, dancing at the edges of ships, airplanes, and even church steeples. Some people in history believe St. Elmo's fire was a sign from the gods, a warning of an approaching storm. And they weren't wrong. Whenever this mysterious glow appears, a massive storm is usually not far behind. During World War II, pilots reported seeing St. Elmo's fire flickering inside their aircraft, covering the windshield in a glowing blue mist. Some even believed it was a supernatural force protecting them from enemy attacks. But is St. Elmo's fire really just a freak weather event? Or is it something far more mysterious than we realize? Number 1. The Great Thunderstorm of 1859, a storm that broke time itself. In 1859, something unbelievable happened. A massive storm struck Earth. Not a normal thunderstorm, but a solar storm so powerful that it literally rewrote history. Known as the Carrington event, this storm wasn't caused by clouds or rain, but by a massive explosion on the sun. A giant solar flare sent waves of charged particles hurtling toward Earth, creating the most intense geomagnetic storm ever recorded. And what happened next? The entire planet lit up with eerie, blood-red auroras, even in places that had never seen them before. In Cuba, farmers woke up in the middle of the night thinking it was morning, because the sky was glowing as bright as the sun. But here's the part that really sounds like a sci-fi movie. The storm was so powerful that it fried telegraph systems across the world. Telegraph operators were shocked unconscious by the electric surges, and in some cases, messages continued to be sent through the wires even when the power was turned off. Scientists believe that if the Carrington event happened today, it could wipe out satellites, destroy the internet, and send humanity back to the 1800s in a matter of minutes. And here's the terrifying part. It could happen again. Some experts believe we're overdue for another massive solar storm, and if one as strong as 1859 strikes, it could cripple modern civilization in an instant. That was 10 of the most terrifying and unknown weather phenomena on Earth. But now, I want to hear from you. Which one shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more mind-blowing top 10 lists. And if you have a topic you want me to cover next, drop your suggestions below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.